Welcome, everybody, to the regular meeting of the New Philadelphia Board of Education. I'll begin by reading our mission statement. New Philadelphia City Schools will provide all students the opportunity to achieve their highest potential to become educated, self-sufficient, and responsible citizens. We are committed to providing every student a diverse, quality education within a safe and secure environment through a dedicated, innovative, and highly qualified staff in partnership with parents and the community at large. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Ricklick.
Present.
Mrs. Schrock.
Here.
Ms. Fontana.
Here.
Dr. Bachman.
Here.
Mr. Petrullo.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, item 2, approval of agenda. I need a recommendation to approve the agenda of the regular Board of Education meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Any comments, concerns? All right, call the roll, please.
Ms. Fontana.
Yes.
Dr. Bachman.
Yes.
Mr. Ricklick.
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock.
Yes.
Mr. Petrullo.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Item 3, approve the minutes of the regular meeting dated April 13th, 2026, and the special meeting dated April 9th, 2026. Have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second. Questions, comments, concerns? All right, call the roll, please.
Mr. Ricklick.
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock.
Yes.
Ms. Fontana.
Yes.
Dr. Bachman.
Yes.
Mr. Petrullo.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Great. Right. Next up, we have our special education spotlight. I'd like to invite Mrs. O'Connor forward.
Do a little bit of presentation. I'm going to drag Ranger here at some point, probably. We're talking about what we're doing here. We've been trying to make some changes, and we want to really incorporate a lot of job skills in the different levels at New Philly. So I really had an opportunity this year that I've never had before to have some funding to be able to start something a little bit bigger. So I'm really, really excited about that. So Mr. Range and I started talking, and we initially had started with the idea of a cafe. Lots of schools in the area do cafes, and we kind of talked about that a little bit, and some of those things have been changing. I have friends in other districts who've had some issues running into with their cafes, so we thought, well, maybe we need to think outside the box a little bit, maybe a little bit bigger. So we came up with Quaker Corner, and what Quaker Corner will be is a storefront with a storefront sometimes, but more job skill focused to start. So a lot of our kids have the opportunity to go through hospitality and food careers at Buckeye, or even with Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities does a lot with Bueller's or fast food restaurants or things along those lines. Now, we wanted to take this just a little bit bigger. So we wanted to provide a new option for a lot of our kids. Advocates for Success and Starlight Enterprises and other local businesses provide jobs in designing and making products quite similar to what we want to do. So this lends our students an opportunity to immediately be trained for jobs outside of the high school. So when they're graduating, they're ready to just roll right into one of these jobs that's a little bit different than hospitality or food service, something a little bit bigger, give our kids more opportunity, more choices. So we worked hard to do this where it would provide, Ryan spoke with a couple of people everywhere.
Cinda Painter, our AMIS coordinator, spoke with her about making sure the course the teacher that was going to instruct the course was certified to teach that specific course. It would count for a fine arts credit and whatnot. So there was a little bit of legwork to do there, but we were able to pull that off.
We figured it out. So what are alternative pathways for graduation are pre-apprenticeship hours. And oftentimes our students who with disabilities don't always pass the state test with the scores that they would need to. So they have to take an alternative path. And this allows those students to earn those participation hours of pre-apprenticeship within the school and have that opportunity to graduate down that pathway. So that's the fine arts credit and pre-apprenticeship hours are pathways for graduation for these students.
All right, she's got me going. So the industry that we currently are in for our pre-apprenticeship program is hospitality and tourism. A lot of our students work in the cafeteria. I've driven students over to Comfort Inn and Suites over in Dover to get pre-apprenticeship hours there in that hospitality and tourism industry. Once they meet their hours, that counts for their competency part of graduation. So this new industry is, can't think of what it's called off the top of my head. Visual arts,
Digital media.
communications, digital media.
Yeah. digital
Anyway,
media.
this gives us a second option for pre-apprenticeship. So not only, some of our kids will still be in the hospitality and tourism industry to earn their pre-apprenticeship hours, while we put some other students in this second industry to earn their hours towards graduation. So, and this, of course, they'll be able to earn their hours in the new Quaker Corner store that we're going to get started. So it's pretty exciting.
I'm pretty excited about it. So we have the job skills that we're going to be working on are digital skills in the classroom. So we're going to be teaching a digital media course, which again will count for that fine arts credit, and then also retail experience. So we want to make sure that we're not anywhere that our other stores are set up, like the Quaker Ladies or anything like that. We'll be in separate places when they're not available to set up and give our students the opportunity to interact with the public, to manage money, to navigate all of those retail skills as well, which also is beneficial to them moving on beyond high school, because then they can work really anywhere in that arena. So, and then the next one has, I forget what I have. We're pairing with, you want to talk about partnerships?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this too. We're starting a new AP course. I believe that'll be our 21st advanced placement course that we're going to offer at the high school, which is pretty cool. Anyway, AP Business and Personal Finance is a new advanced placement course. So we jumped on that. Jesse Kendall already teaches accounting at the high school, so he's going to teach AP Business and Personal Finance. So we're going to partner AP Business, which our AP upper level students in that class to do marketing, just basically to do a lot of the business aspects of our school store. Accounting 1, which Jess or Mr. Kendall also teaches, are going to run the books, so to speak. So they're going to get like real world type experience in-house through our school store. So it's going to be pretty neat to see that partnership.
It allows our students who are oftentimes in our classrooms and are a little bit more separate for parts of their day to partner and pair with our students who are in other parts of the building. Maybe kids that they might not always see and work with on a regular basis, and it just opens that up for more relationships. So some supplies that we're able to purchase with federal funds that I had, and I'm so excited about. The printers, both of these printers allow us to do different types of clothing and shirts. It also is going to allow us to, we're going to be multi-billionaires because we can do phone cases. And I'm pretty sure coming at the high school level, we'll all be able to, I don't know. Everybody's going to get a phone case, I'm sure. But these are the two printers for, allow us to use on the presses. And then we have, I was very cautious to try to find presses for our students that were safe. So these allow them to pull out that middle piece, place the shirt in it, push it in, and hit a button, and then it presses. So, because lots of times with other presses, you have to pull the handle down, and it's hard to do. You have to be pretty strong to do that. Plus also, I have one at home, I burn myself all of the time. So I was really trying to avoid that. So this is a little bit more of a safety option. An embroidery machine, so we can do shirts and hats and jackets and things along those lines. And order organization, so a place for our staff and our teachers and our students to get organized with any orders we might have and set up a system. And then also, we're going to do a tumbler heat press so we can make mugs and cups, and then the cell phone heat case press, which I am super excited about. So we also purchased t-shirts, some cups, some mugs, all of those things to get started, to start the year off. So I'm sure we'll have lots of Quaker gear. I'm also looking to probably having some Roblox gear, maybe some Pokemon gear. I know the class goes to kids, so I'm thinking that's probably what we'll have also. So, thank you. You guys have any questions?
Thank you. I have a question, just off the top of your head, where are you thinking of setting up the store?
So right now, the classes is on, where Mr. McClellan's classroom is, he has basically 2 classrooms. So the front classroom will have house all of our stuff.
Okay.
And his classroom will be where they teach.
Okay. Great.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then where do you think the pop-ups are going to be? Like if I wanted to buy, like where would I find you?
Well,
Are you still working on it?
yeah, that's gonna be a work in progress. I'm hoping this first year is gonna be us figuring it all out.
So, Mrs. Hireman, she's gonna be new at the high school.
Yes.
And we sat down with her and talked, and she was, a little overwhelmed by all this. But I think what we're gonna do is start off with like, certain days in mind. For example, we have our Veterans Day program. So that'll be a goal for the store to make Veterans Day T-shirts. So we're gonna start off with certain dates in mind.
Yes.
All right, and hopefully expand from there. But in between all those important dates, I think those kids are going to be making, Quaker T-shirts, Eat Over T-shirts, things like that that we can sell eventually at the.
So we would like to set up like in basketball games and maybe wrestling meets and things like that where there's not anybody.
Oh, yeah. And then is the idea for the profits just for this to be able to pay for itself? Okay, that way.
It just turns around and pays for itself. The only thing that I ever really like to do, and I've done in the past when I've had stores like this, is I really like to just do something really big for the kids at the end of the school year, like a nice field trip or something. So that's really the only thing that would come out that wouldn't self-fund is something, we can't pay our students, but we can reward them for a good hard year of good work. So that's the only other thing we really like to do. We'd like to do something maybe of like a baseball game or something really fun that they would think that they would like. And I would also really like to do that with the classes that they partner with too. So.
We, just on the academic side of things, graduation side of things, we've really scrambled the last couple of years to get Mr. McClellan's kids their graduation requirements without exemptions. So this will provide an opportunity when they come into the high school their freshman year to obtain their a lot of their graduation credits right off the bat, which is really cool.
We hope to have everybody ready even if they decide to go to Buckeye.
Yeah.
We hope to have them ready before they go there for everything that they need. That way, if something there doesn't work out or if they come back or anything like that, so then we know we're good to go.
Excellent. Great. Any other questions?
Thank you.
All right, next up, recognition.
Good evening, Superintendent Wentworth, ladies and gentlemen of the board. I am Mark Jones. I'm the Associate Executive Director for the Ohio Association of Elementary School Administrators. That's a mouthful. We represent more than 1,300 school principals and central office administrators from across the state, working at the K through 8 level. And one of the most fun things we get to do all year long is recognize outstanding achievement either at the individual level or at the building level. And I'm thrilled to be here this evening. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and before the community about one of your outstanding buildings, West Elementary. It has been recognized as one of our 11 Hall of Fame schools for 2026. And there are 2,500 elementary and middle schools across Ohio, so to be just one of the 11, that's pretty fantastic. If I could just take about 2 minutes and briefly explain the process so you understand, well, how did they get this award? It starts at the beginning of the school year. For that first few months, we ask everybody across our state, all of our members, community members, to help us identify outstanding buildings by nominating them. When we receive a nomination, we send the administrator in the building a congratulations email and a homework assignment. It's an application that we ask them to complete so that we can understand everything that's going on at their school. And think of it as like a term paper. It's like 15 pages long, and it asks them to write about everything that they're doing, all the wonderful programs, the student accomplishments, all of those things, their staff. That way we can kind of compare apples to apples as we're getting those applications in. At the end of December, when those are due, we collect together a whole team of at least a dozen principals from all across the state. We tear off the top page of each application so they don't know the district, the school name, anything identifying the community. All they see is the meat of the application. They read those and they score those applications against a rubric. We tally those up. Every one of them has to be read by at least 3 different scorers. We average the scores, and then we whittle it down to about the top 10 or 15 that we say, let's go do a site visit just to confirm everything is like it is in the application. And then in March, we send a pair of administrators from our membership out to do a site visit. They have their own rubric that they score. They walk around. They probably talk to the superintendent, some of the students, the staff, the principal, parents, and they do a scoring there. They bring that back to us. We average out everything and select the top 10 or 11. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to read just a quick little report from the visiting team that came here and talked to the staff at West. West is the best is more than just a motto. It's a shared belief embraced by the students and staff at West Elementary School in New Philadelphia, Ohio. This unique school houses only 4th grade and preschool students under one roof. Under the leadership of Principal Lisa Host, the dedicated staff at West Elementary cultivate an environment grounded in care, connection, and passion for learning. In just 1 year, students say they feel welcome, valued, and share a true sense of belonging. They know they are seen, supported, and celebrated as individuals. As these students transition from primary buildings into their role as 4th graders, they're challenged to rise to higher expectations. They embrace leadership, develop independence, and gain the skills and strategies needed for success, often through personalized instruction that meets their unique learning needs. West Elementary is a school where academic excellence is intentional and never left to chance. Staff work collaboratively through the professional learning communities, maintaining strong communication and a shared responsibility for student success. Instructional decisions are guided by data, but always with a focus on the whole child, ensuring that student learning is relevant, engaging, and meaningful. Teachers continuously refine their practices together, creating dynamic classroom experiences that spark curiosity and make learning enjoyable. This collective commitment ensures that every student is supported, challenged, and inspired to reach their fullest potential. West Elementary's impact extends beyond the classroom. Through meaningful community outreach, 4th graders knit hats for individuals experiencing homelessness, serve meals, and build lasting relationships as buddies to their preschool peers. Without a doubt, West Elementary is deserving of recognition as a Hall of Fame school for the year 2026. So I could have not just the principal, exists truly a team award. If you'd like to bring your entire staff up, that's fantastic. Come on up. We have just kind of a photo op plaque here to hand out today. But when we have our annual conference in June at the Hilton Easton in Columbus, we'll have a celebration there where we recognize all the schools together, and we'll have a nice big plaque that the principal could put on the side of the wall in the building somewhere. So come on up, all of you. I think this is definitely a team effort, so we want to recognize all of them. If we could all get tight, because we'd like to get a picture, because I have to do something on social media.
See what you guys.
One around here.
Marcy.
Always stuck up front.
Lisa over.
There you go.
There you go. That's better. Okay.
Find the way.
There you go. Smile. Oh. Awesome.
Congratulations. Good job.
Well, we can, wait one more second, are we gonna get all of you as well?
That would be great.
Okay,
The board as well.
yes, please.
Yeah.
Brian.
Okay, yes.
Or Heather. What have you come?
You want to do it right in
Yep,
here?
yep, yep,
And
that's
then I
fine.
can get back.
Okay.
What are we doing?
We're getting in.
You made me be up front, so you have to be in there.
Give us a couple years, then we'll do orders.
Oh.
It's not there.
I'm not very tall though, so I'll do my best.
Very tall. Yeah, that's right.
Everybody in.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody, please. I think I got everybody. We have kids under the Okay, wait. We ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'll take a bunch. I'm taking a ton. Let me see if I can get. A couple this way too. Right. Don't go anywhere. Make Joel had her chili here. Meeting post. Yes.
Thanks for coming. Absolutely. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Right, at this time, if you would like to stay for the rest of the meeting, you can. But if you wish to leave, you can go.
We're hitting the button.
Thanks everybody for
Thank you. All right, next up, item 6, public participation. We do have one public participant, Mrs. Connie Rippian. If you'd like to come forward. I'm just going to just kind of abbreviate the policy just so you understand. We appreciate you coming and presenting to us. How it will go, you have 5 minutes. You can present what you're going to present, and then the response will come from me, and I will tell you what the next steps would be based on what you're going to share with the board. Okay? All right, go ahead.
Good evening, members of the school board. My name is Connie Rippian, and I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you. I'm here to address ongoing concerns about how our schools are meeting, or more accurately, not meeting the needs of our students with special needs. But first, I would like to share additional information regarding my background. I'm the parent of 4 children, the youngest of whom is on the autism spectrum. I am also a substitute teacher for your school district and have personally witnessed accounts that I will be discussing further in my speech. However, I'd like to first discuss my son, Liam. My son experiences speech and language challenges that affect his ability to communicate effectively with his peers. Although his expressive communication skills have improved over time, ongoing speech therapy remains necessary. I typically receive feedback either upon request or when the teacher initiates an update. Occasionally, written reports outlining his goals and objectives are provided. However, these are inconsistent, and I am not notified in advance of their delivery. Most recently, my husband and I were given no written notice of an IEP transition meeting. We expected a brief meet and greet as staff had indicated, but arrived to find the full IEP team assembled to discuss Liam's transition into kindergarten. My husband and I always strive to be well prepared for any meeting, but this meeting, we had no time to prepare and no documents to review prior to this meeting. All the goals appeared predetermined, which we feel violates our rights for meaningful parent participation. As you get to know us, you'll see that we deeply value our children's education and consistently take steps to support their success, which is why I am here. Though decisions with numerous other parents, I have learned that my experience here is not unique. Many parents of children with special needs encounter delays in receiving individualized education plans, inconsistent reporting, and inappropriate student consequences that do not align with established behavioral intervention policies. Over the past several months, I have connected with more than 30 parents within our district to discuss their perceptions of special education services. The feedback has been concerning, as a majority indicated that they are considering withdrawing their children from New Philadelphia schools in favor of private education or homeschooling. The primary concerns cited include questions regarding the safety of school environment, perceived inadequacies in ADA compliance, and insufficient staff training to support students' needs. If our schools are neglecting students with disabilities or failing to meet their educational needs, it is likely other students are falling through the cracks as well. Every student who walks through our doors deserves access to an education that supports their growth, dignity, and potential. For students with special needs, that often requires additional resources, individualized attention, and consistent communication between educators and families. Unfortunately, many families in our community are experiencing gaps in these areas. We are seeing delays in evaluations and services, inconsistent implementation of IEP plans, and a lack of adequate support staff in the classrooms. These are not minor inconveniences. They directly impact a child's ability to learn, to feel included, and to succeed. When services outlined in a student's plans are not fully delivered, that student is effectively being left behind. For example, as a substitute teacher at one of the elementary schools, I observed a situation where a student who required an occupational therapy tool had it removed from his desk after the teacher expressed that she did not find it effective. When I questioned another teacher about whether the district mandates occupational training for teachers or paraprofessionals, I was informed that no such requirement exists, and the decision regarding these devices is ultimately left to the discretion of an individual teacher. As parents, we work hard to secure these supports through therapy and the IEP process. So it is disheartening when untrained staff remove them in the classroom, thus undermining the goals outlined in our IEPs. Parents and caregivers are doing their best to advocate, but they should not have to fight this hard to ensure their children receive what they are legally and ethically entitled to. Education should be a partnership, and right now, that partnership feels strained. I want to be very, very clear here. This is not about placing blame on individual teachers or staff. Many educators are working tirelessly under challenging conditions. This is about recognizing systemic issues and committing to meaningful solutions. I encourage the board to evaluate and provide answers to the following questions I have prepared for our meeting. I also have brought copies of these questions. What specific steps is the district taking to ensure teachers have adequate classroom resources, materials, staffing, and training to meet students' needs? How does the district currently assess whether special education services are meeting legal and educational standards? What is the current student to special education teacher ratio, and how does it compare to recommended guidelines? How are IEP plans monitored for effectiveness, and what happens when goals are not being met? What funding is allocated specifically for special education services, and has it changed in recent years? Is this district applying for any special education grants? How are general education teachers supported in classrooms that include students with special needs? What professional development opportunities are provided to teachers to better support students with disabilities? How does the district address shortages of specialized staff, such as speech therapists, occupational therapists, and aides? What mechanisms are in place for parents and teachers to report concerns about inadequate special needs services, and how are those concerns resolved? And lastly, what measurable goals has the district set to improve both teacher resources and special education services over the next 1 to 3 years? Our community is watching, and more importantly, our students depend on us. The way we support our most vulnerable learners reflects the values of our entire school system. The decisions made by this board have the power to change lives, not just for today, but for generations to come. Every support provided, every inclusive classroom created, and every act of understanding sends a message to families. You belong here. Your child matters here. Let's commit to doing better, not just in words, but in our actions. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Rippian, for coming. If you could, I will take the questions. Next up, I will reach out to Superintendent Wentworth. Mrs. O'Connor is here. Our next superintendent, Dr. Carol Sutton, is here, and Julie Irwin, because you had asked questions about the funding. I'm going to send an email tomorrow, and we're going to get a meeting on the books, and we're going to get these questions answered, and then I will be in touch.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, I will make a copy. Or I can make. Okay, that was all for public participation this evening. Next up, item 7, treasurer's report.
Okay, in your folder, I have the April financial statement, the key indicator, the cash flow, the check register, and the bank reconciliation. All balances are in balance. And I'm asking you to approve the memorandum of agreement for deposit of public funds with Huntington National Bank dated July 1, 2026 through 6/30/31. I'm asking you to approve the proposal of and service agreement for Johnson Controls. This is for many of our buildings that need fire alarm controls updated. I'm asking you to approve the agreement with LearnWell in the amount of $53.50 per hour for special needs instruction. Approve the invoice for Kennedy Insurance in the amount of $513. This is the update to our liability insurance for the band trailer. Approve the invoice for the ECO ESC at $79 per hour for a virtual speech pathologist. Approve the federal purchasing procedures as written. This is an update because those procedures had new dollar amounts. Accept the following donations. Approve 2 FMLA and approve the amended appropriations as follows.
Can I get a motion? Second. Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns? Okay, call the roll, please.
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Mr. Petrulo?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
Ms. Fontana?
Yes.
Dr. Bachman?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Item 8, board policies.
I have before you the second reading and adoption of 5 board policies. These were updated at the last meeting in which we had the first reading of them, and there should be a vote line below this here. I do need a motion to approve these policies.
Can I get a motion?
So moved.
For a second?
Second.
Any questions, comments, concerns? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Ms. Fontana? Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
Dr. Bachman?
Yes.
Mr. Petrulo?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay. Moving right along to personnel.
Personnel, we do have a retirement and a couple resignations, and then the rest of the items under personnel are for hires. We have summer school, which will be held for immediately after school is out. If you flip to the next page, we have a few substitutes who are agreeing to join us here for the remainder of the year, as well as a few volunteers. There was a correction for a contract that we issued last meeting, so a rescission and a corrected list there. We have hiring a preschool psychologist, preschool intervention specialist, and a 7th grade language arts teacher for the next school year. The next item are our classified contracts, new continuing contracts and new limited contracts as listed. Then we move on to supplementals for 26-27. We have a whole list of people there ready to go for the start of the school year. Some corrections to the salary for the activities managers, and some additional substitutes and volunteers to bring up the end of the list. And those at the end of the list would be for the 26-27 school year.
Do I have a motion? Is there a second? I'll second. Questions, comments, concerns? Okay, call the roll, please.
Dr. Bachman?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Ms. Fontana?
Yes.
Mr. Petrullo? Motion carries.
Item 10, board resolution. I'm going to explain this. This is our Safeguard Our Schools resolution. This is actually a nationwide initiative in response to the first draft of the 2027 federal budget that dropped April 3rd. This budget would cut an additional $7.3 billion from K through 12 education. This directly impacts our title money, English learner money. It also would make the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, the IDEA, it would turn it into a block grant and give it back to the states, and that would lose that federal oversight. This was an initiative that was tried last year, but because school districts and parents and elected officials throughout the country stood up and said, please don't make these changes, it didn't happen. So this administration is trying again this year, and so we would like to pass a resolution that's other districts are also passing throughout the state and the nation, saying to specifically Congressman Ruley, please do not vote for a budget that makes any cuts to public education, K through 12. So that's what this resolution is. If I could get a motion.
Moved.
Second.
Any questions, comments, concerns on it? Okay, call the roll, please.
Ms. Fontana?
Yes.
Mr. Petrullo?
Yes.
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
Dr. Bachman?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next up, committee representative reports.
The Business Advisory Council information is linked and is listed there.
Okay, I'm going to just do a quick report out for facilities. Facilities met last week, and just so you are aware, we went over our list of all of our critical needs and adding new or used modulars to that list. We are just shy about $10 million, just shy of $10 million that we would need to make necessary improvements. Okay, and then Amanda, did you want to report out?
Yeah, so in your board packet, you guys would have received the legislative liaison report. Currently, 259 pieces of legislation that OSBA is monitoring that affect public education. One of importance, there will be a hearing tomorrow, will be the fourth hearing in the Education Committee of Senate Bill 127, which would effectively give the state legislature, or the state, the go-ahead to close schools. So OSBA, OASBO, BASA, they have all submitted opposition testimony asking the state to not move this bill forward. So it's too late to send any testimony in now because testimony has to be 24 hours before the hearing, but we're going to be watching that one really closely tomorrow to see if it comes out of, if they're going to take a vote on it or what they're going to do. But tomorrow they're hearing opponent testimony, so.
Thank you. Anything else? Okay. Assistant Superintendent report. You're up, Mr. Williams.
All right, you got the approval of the QDA financial reports. On top of that, just to let you know, those of you that were not here for our last negotiations with them as a sponsor, we did a 2-year, so year 1 is up. So Dr. Varady and I have already started talking about next year, and that'll come fast. I mean, I know it's just May, but May came fast. So, you know, he and I are committed to working it out and hopefully getting some extra years on our next contract. So I'm just letting you know that'll come in the summer. I want to try it. I don't want to put it off. So, and we've been meeting quite often, talking a lot, and they're ready to open for sure their new building, which is pretty awesome, out there by the mall. Approval of agreement with Grand Canyon University. This is because we typically don't have student teachers from Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon University is out in Arizona, but they have an online teacher certification. And so we have a local person going through that. So we have to approve that agreement in order for them to student teach at East in the fall. So, and the student is, the student teacher is a child of our 8th grade teacher, Mrs. Watt, math teacher. So she's done a lot of field experience in our buildings. It's really great. And I just left the testing updates on there. We did finish our state testing. Results will be coming soon. Mrs. Host, when are results coming? You know the exact minute. Are they there yet? Mrs. Host looks every hour. Even when she's sleeping, she wakes up and lets us know. Math results will be out very soon. So very excited. Our principals once again did a great job with their testing schedules. And I believe we only had a couple kids per building that didn't test in certain subjects just because of attendance issues. Nothing that the teachers didn't do. But I know there were some times like Mr. Range maybe saw a kid with attendance issues, walk in and went right to him and said, get in the office, we're testing. Pass go, you will not collect $100 till you finish that test. So so we got through it, and working with Buckeye and Impact and all sorts of, and Starlight, we got through testing. So I'm excited to see the results. So there we go.
Excellent. Can I get a motion? I'll second. Any questions or comments, concerns? Okay, call the roll, please.
Ms. Fontana? Schrock?
Yes.
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Dr. Bachman?
Yes.
Mr. Petrullo?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Superintendent's report.
All right, the first item is the most important thing in my mind that we do and the most fun thing. That is to approve the list of the class of 2026 graduates pending successful completion of the requirements of the New Philadelphia Board of Education in the state of Ohio. Item B is to approve the early graduation of Alexis Barnhart for the class of 2026. This is a current junior who has completed all of the requirements and who will be entering college early. Item C, approve the non-routine trip request for Speech and Debate Nationals, which will be held June 13th through June 20th. As you know, our speech and debate team is very, very good and has attended the national event for several years now.
Can I get a motion? Any questions, comments? Okay, call the roll, please.
Ms. Fontana?
Yes.
Dr. Bachman?
Yes.
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
Mr. Petrullo?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, next up, I need a motion for us to enter executive session.
So moved.
I'll second. Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
Ms. Fontana?
Yes.
Dr. Bachman?
Yes.
Mr. Petrullo?
Yes.
Motion carries. We're in executive session.
Great. No action will be taken after executive session.